Good morning, Internet, and welcome to the Crawl in the Darkness. If you notice a lack of sound, that's nothing on my end. That is just this main menu. I've never thought anything would ever come eerily as much as staring at a bunch of frickin'... I don't know if you notice, but those red eyes, if you look at those shadows, those are porcupines. This is a game where the nightmare monsters are porcupines. And that silence unnerves me that much more about it. Anyway, let's get into it. It's 2 a.m. and I'm walking home alone. I didn't intend for this, but I lost track of time and now all the public transport options are closed and everyone's asleep. I don't have a car or a bike, so this is all I can do. There's nothing on me that I could use for self-defense. I definitely don't have the physique to defend myself. Also, it's cold. I hate it out here. I'm tense and shivering. Every time I see a shadow, I'm ready to jump. Half of me is imagining the obituary after I inevitably get murdered. Someone walks by. Oh fuck, who the hell is walking out here at 2 in the morning? Well, other than me, I guess. I know the person is definitely walking towards me. I'm not ready to die. They walked right by me. Nothing happened. I'm still alive. Well, now I feel like a paranoid asshole. That guy was probably totally normal. Reasonable person. What's going on with me? I'm so caught up in this that I almost don't notice the giant hedgehog with glowing red eyes staring directly at me. Hello, stranger. I'm just gonna approach it casually. Hello? Oh great, there are save slots. That tells me that there's gonna be multiple endings. Fuck. Yes. No fear. You may be the chosen one. Chosen one, come with me, please. Giant hedgehog scuttles away into the dark alley, beckoning me to follow. I glance around briefly. No one else around to see this. The hedgehog is gone. Now might be my chance to get away. Follow the hedgehog. Definitely follow the hedgehog. Run away. Definitely follow the hedgehog. For some unfathomable reason, I decide to follow the hedgehog into the dark alley. The back alley is full of shadows. The giant hedgehog is standing directly between me and the exit. There's no turning back now. Brothers, I have found us a sacrifice. Once again, we will be our build feast. 6 more pairs of glowing red eyes light up around me. Well, fuck. I'm surrounded by a chorus of unearthly whispers and chatterings. I can barely make out most of what they say, but I can catch snippets. Unbelievable. It has been so long. Yes, finally, another has arrived. It looks so filling. Still yourselves, brothers. We mustn't let this opportunity pass us by. An 8th pair of eyes appears in the alley. This one appears to be bigger and creepier than the others. This last hedgehog must be their leader. It approaches me and looks me in the eye. Child, you look so unknowing. Is it really true? You have chosen to be our sacrifice? How about I sacrifice you? Hold on. I'm gonna save this, because I actually wanna see what all comes from this. Hell yeah, gobble me up! I shrug my shoulders and say, yeah, sure, I won't mind being eaten, let's do it. The chattering stops, the hedgehogs all staring directly at me. Really? Very well. Guess let's not waste any more time. For a moment, everything slows down. I watch the hedgehogs leap at me in slow motion. They push against each other in a disorganized mass, each trying to get the best angle of attack to rip out my throat. My life is about halfway through, flashing before my eyes when the first pair of hedgehog fangs reaches my jugular. After that, I can't follow what happens in detail. The orgy of blood and chaos and gore, 1,000 sharp pains reach across every corner of my body. Soon the noise of pain fades away and I feel myself getting smaller and smaller. My last thought echoes in my dying brain, barely louder than a whisper. Damn, I wish I hadn't let myself get eaten by giant hedgehogs. You died. This is why you save, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. Alright, so, no, I want to live. I don't understand what's going on. How about I sacrifice you? I'm like, yeah, sacrifice, huh? Well, I guess what? Actually, I think I'm gonna be doing the sacrificing here. Maybe you're going to be the sacrifice. Have you ever thought about that, you stupid hedgehogs? Huh? Huh? The chattering grows louder. The hedgehogs seem agitated by my belligerent response. Oh my god, I almost coughed up a lung. Rude. Yet still, we must follow procedure. Brothers, please listen. The hedgehogs stand at rapt attention. None of them make a sound. It is not permitted to sacrifice against the will of the victim. This is not the chosen one. Our long wait must continue. The chattering starts back up. The hedgehog seems noticeably agitated. Please, we need it. I'm so hungry. God damn it. Why? Despite the proclamation of their leader, the hedgehogs start to close in on me. They seem unwilling to give up their sacrifice. Suddenly, a voice sharper than the others rings out like a bullet, stopping the hedgehogs in their tracks. Stop! One last hedgehog emerges from the darkness, this one different from the others, lankier, thinner, with a sharp posture and focused, intent expression. Also, its eyes glow green, as you can see. As it speaks, its arms gesticulate wildly in all directions. It almost seems to be puppeteering some unknown force as it speaks to me. Be still, all of you. When the chosen one comes to us, it shall do so willingly. Thus it is written. But in ambiguous situations, our turmoil is to be resolved with reasoned trial. Thus is also written. The strange hedgehog sizes me out. Tell me something. Are you sure of your decision? Are you confident it was the correct one? Maybe you have a point. I don't know anything about anything. What is this? Definitely, absolutely confident I am not the sacrifice. Your answer does not interest me. For there is to be certainty, there must be a trial. Thus is written. The trial has yet begun. To make our decision properly, the procedure must be followed. The prospect of a trial seems to excite the masses. Yes, of course. A trial, perfect. Surely it will resolve this tension. Wait, what? Why are they so organized now? I stand and watch as the hedgehog arrange themselves into a makeshift court block. The leader stands as a judge atop the dumpster, the collective stand huddled appearing behind the jury. Despite their hunger, the jurors are clearly dedicated to this procedure. Their chattering voices seem to grow calmer as their dictation gets clearer and their tone less frenzied. The prophet paces back and forth, glancing occasionally in my direction and mumbling to himself. Order! Order! Please, everyone, settle down. It is time. Court is in session. Let the examination begin. Suddenly, the hedgehog prophet leaps forward, as if to attack me. Stopping a few inches from my face, I can smell its breath. It smells terrible. For a moment, I see a flash of a grin on his feathers. Predatory, but it's gone as soon as it appears. We are here today to discuss the matter of one individual standing before me here, who has created a conflict among our ranks. You came into our domain in the manner befitting the chosen one. One who will sacrifice for our feast, yet you claim not to be this chosen one, is that correct? I'm going to kill and eat every last one of you. Ha! Good luck with that. Your statement and your tone carried with it have both been noted. There's a chorus of boos and hisses from the jury. Our jurors appear to be unhappy with the extreme claim you've made. To deny your role as the chosen one, to insist upon your own value at the expense of all of us, not to mention fate itself. You'll be given one chance to defend yourself. Tell us, what makes you believe you should not be our sacrifice? All eyes are on me. I glance at the leader and then to the jury and then back to the prophet. I get the sense that choice is especially important. I'm gonna just save that. Defend with a rational argument. Get mad and yell at the hedgehogs in submission. Look within yourself for the true answer. Okay. You all think I'm the chosen one, right? It sounds very spiritual. I think I should look within myself to determine the truth. If I can examine the depths of my soul, whether or not I am the chosen one should be made clear, right? If I cannot find any kind of deep special truth in my heart, I'm probably not meant to be the sacrifice and you should find someone else, agreed? The prophet puts paw to his chin, considering my words. Well, never refuse oneself the opportunity to introspect, thus it is written. This does not seem in keeping with the ideas of the great and venerable ancient tablets. I have no objections. The prophet turns to the judge. The members of the jury appear somewhat impatient. Very well. Sacrifice. Look within yourself, but remember, we will be watching. No sudden moves. The prophet steps back. One of the members of the jury offers a box for me to sit down on as I direct my energy inward. I close my eyes and take a deep breath. And then another, and another. Suddenly, a vision forms in my mind's eye, a great blue figure in an astral projection floating in the field of stars. It has coalescence. Sound build and break away, nipping at the edges of my mind. The sounds grow and grow, building on top of each other until they form a single voice within the force of thousands. It comes to me in its time of need. It seeks the truth, and the truth it will find, willing as it is to listen. Though is small now, within its fragile shell is the capacity of the infinite. The cosmic energy flows through, past diverge, converge, survival, sacrifice, directed at the whim of desire. A shiver runs up and down my spine. Lines of possibility flicker briefly behind my eyelids. I don't understand. Awareness builds. It seeks the divide and finds the path. The inner light guides the way. Many ways to success, reflecting different facets of desire. One or the other might stand out. Growing desire, power, influence, freedom. From the many, the ones shine above. The path is here. Accept, and the light will guide the way. The final choice. 2 options glow behind my retinas. In a hypnagogic spectacle is overwhelming, but I'm drawn to choose. I'm just going to save this here. Follow the path. So it will go. The light flows on. The vision fades away, and the world behind my eyes is dark once more. I return, blinking to the hedgehog world. The judge, jury, and prophet are all watching impatiently. I open my mouth to let the path flow through me. The words emerge, as though coming from somewhere else entirely. Okay, maybe it is true that eating me would make you more happy than it would make me sad. The prophet leans closer, his mouth opens slightly as it moves towards my throat. But that doesn't necessarily mean that is the best long-term decision. Ask yourself, if you have a heuristic of doing anything with a majority behind it, including killing and eating people, what is the outcome of that in the long term? That means there's nothing to stop the jury from sacrificing you for their feast if they decide to. The jury is thrown into a frenzy by the last comment. Eat our prophet? But the ancient scrolls! Who would interpret? The scrolls won't matter if we sacrifice their wielder. The judge hisses at the jury, and they go quiet. The prophet takes a step back. I've drawn a clear line in the sand, saying I do not want to be eaten. I'm not willing to be the sacrifice. The only way to ensure long-term social stability is with a hard rule respecting that preference, even in this situation where it is not immediately optimal. I'm just one individual, but so are you. And if any of you, I turn to the jury, raising my voice, puffing myself up as much as possible. If any of you want to protect your own interests, blunt actualitarianism, yeah, I was right. Actualitarianism is not the way. It will end badly for each of you, and so will end badly for the group as a whole. You need laws, you need more rules to follow in an ambiguous situation. And don't sacrifice people who don't want to be sacrificed. It's one of the simplest rules I can think of. If you deny that rule, and you eat me, you do so at your own peril. At the conclusion of my speech, the jurors erupt in a frantic conversation. The prophet races rapidly back and forth, glaring at me. Our sacrifice has a point. Yes. I thought it was very compelling. I don't know. I wouldn't eat you guys. You aren't sacrifices. This is absurd. We already have rules. The ancient scrolls. They show us the way. You cannot listen to this nonsense. All of you, listen. I have made my decision. All of us turn to the judge. The air is thick with tension. This stranger who speaks so strangely makes a compelling argument. However, I'm very, very hungry. Murmurs of agreement to the jury. I propose, therefore, an alternative sacrifice. Our prophet. The prophet howls, baring his teeth, and backing towards the dumpster. What? I'm the heart and soul of our brotherhood. You can't eat me. Don't sacrifice your fucking prophet ever. Thus it is written. That's the first thing written in the ancient scrolls. I am aware. Your scrolls have led us astray. We were left ignorant of the ideas the stranger presented us. Even considering these new ideas, it seems worthy to allow a caveat, allowing us to sacrifice traitors for the good of the whole. This is madness, you hear me? Madness! The prophet screams as the judge leaps at him, pinning him to the dumpster. The other hedgehogs scurry away from their positions onto the jury and surround him. No, no! You're all doomed without me! Only I can interpret the scrolls! Only I... His cries are drowned out by the sounds of chattering claws and teeth. The hedgehogs converge on him, the frenzy of blood and guts. The prophet is devoured. I sit back and watch the grisly scene, petrified. When they're done, they turn the group back at me. The leader, now drenched in blood, takes a step towards me. We still need a prophet. You have demonstrated a capacity for judgment, surpassing your predecessor. That is not saying much. I hated that guy. Same. He was always going off on me. His dumb scrolls made me angry. Interested? The answer to this question is so obvious, I don't even need to consider making an alternate choice. Absolutely. Well, that settles it. You're a prophet. I am the captain now. Alright, so what happens if I just... Defend yourself with a rational argument. I take a deep breath, and calling from my extensive experience on reading Wikipedia articles, prepare to defend my right on live ontological grounds. First of all, I think being eaten would be very painful and therefore bad. Second of all, there's opportunity cost, because my untimely death would prevent me from acting in the future to increase overall happiness. Therefore, it is morally wrong for me to be eaten under consequentialist principles. The jurors appear unmoved. The prophet paces back and forth, amused. It's an interesting case you've made, but it will not be easy to convince our jury. Our little group here is utilitarians, you see. We believe in maximizing utility, that is, happiness, across the entire population, not just individuality. Now tell me, in the population of this alley, how many hedgehogs are there? Prophet's eyes are laughing as he asks the question. He watches me like a cornered animal. I count 9. And how many of you are there? Just 1? Well, isn't that something? Now tell me, wouldn't you agree that 9 is greater than 1? No! No, I don't agree with that. Well, in that case, it seems to be... Wait, what? The prophet seems shocked by my bold denial of basic arithmetic. For a moment, he's speechless. The jurors appear excited by the turn of events. They start chattering amongst themselves. I can't believe our sacrifice would say that. Surely he can't be serious. Unless... Is it really true? After a moment, the judge's frenzied scream cuts through the noise. Silence! Please, our examination must continue. The prophet takes a moment to compose himself and nods. Well, you certainly made a surprising case. I'm not sure what you hope to gain by denying algebra. Unfortunately for you, I happen to have a degree in applied mathematics. The laws of our universe are rigid and unyielding. 9 is greater than 1. As it has been yesterday and as it will be tomorrow. The divine laws are one way, and they are not another way. Thus, it is written. If you believe otherwise, then you believe against the divine law, and your belief has no power among our people. This would seem to settle the matter, unless you have any counter-argument. Shit, I'm cornered. The jury is clearly not going to take my side like this. I need to think fast. I'm just gonna hold that right there. Solipsism, none of the hedgehogs are actually conscious. Simulation argument, convince the hedgehogs they're living in a video game. Insanity defense, babble a bunch of confusing nonsense. You know what? Don't you get it? Look around. None of this is real. It's just a video game. The jurors erupt into loud chattering at my claim, sorry. Dyslexia. The judge quickly silences them with a stern look. The prophet has stopped gesticulating and is now staring directly at me, his head cocked to one side. What? You're a smart hedgehog. Don't pretend you can't see it. This whole scenario is ridiculously contrived. We don't have any functionality except standing around and talking to each other. Probably because this is a visual novel. That's barely even a real game. None of you are even animated. You're just PNGs against a static background. Real life doesn't have PNGs. I always suspected, but what's a PNG? I like video games. Maybe it's not so bad. To prove my point, I point to the sky. The sky hasn't moved once since I got here. It's been the same overcast clouds unchanging for half an hour. And the choices? I voluntarily walked into a dark alley full of giant hedgehogs. No one would do that in real life. I bet I only picked that to see what would happen. I always wanted to live in a video game. The prophet is shaking with rage. He whips his head between me and the jury, howling. No, 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 stop it! All of you, don't even think about this! Our lives are definitely a part of a video game, thus it is written. The ancient scrolls explicitly say that. Why would they say that if it wasn't true? I am not in a video game. I am not. I'm not. All of you listen. I have made my decision. All of us turn to the judge. The air is thick with tension. This stranger who speaks so strangely makes a compelling argument. However, I am very, very hungry, murmurs agreement in the jury. Also, I don't really see why being in a video game changes anything. So I propose we just feast on you anyway. Oh, great. Feast? Are you paying attention? What do you think will happen when I die? Game over, man. It all fades to black. You kill me, you cease to exist. The prophet has started to foam at the mouth. He grabs me roughly by the shoulder, his sharp claws digging into my skin. He's looking me dead in the eyes. This is the worst trial we've ever had. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of you. Fucking video game. No, no. No, no, no. You know what? You know what I think? To hell with the procedures. I'm just going to kill you right now to make you stop talking. The prophet bites deep into my neck. Blood gushes from the wound. I gasp desperately for air. That's not how the sacrifice works. Fuck you. Fuck all of you. I do not live in a video game. I'm going to eat this sacrifice alone. The rest of you will go hungry. After that, I'm going to kill any hedgehog who dares defy the scrolls by implying that we live in a video game. He bites me again, this time on the arm. The world's starting to fade away. That will teach you to defy the scrolls. That will teach you to deny reality. That will teach you to... The prophet stops mid-sentence as he falls over dead. A moment later, I feel strange red bottle press against my mouth. The liquid runs down my throat and the wounds instantly close up. A few seconds, I'm as good as new. Maybe even healthier than I was before. One of the hedgehogs is standing in front of me holding a switchblade. I guess it stabbed the prophet. Hey, sorry about that. The hedgehog turns to the others and none of them move. So, yeah, I knew we were in a video game. Sorry I didn't say anything. The scrolls forbade it. He turns back to me. Anyway, I have some health potions, but the switchblade is only bronzed here. There's a castle in the east. Wanna, like, slay some dragons or something? The answer to this question is so obvious I don't even need to consider making an alternative choice. Absolutely. This isn't exactly the right genre for dragons, but at this point, it really doesn't matter. The other hedgehogs don't move or react in any way as I walk off. It's not surprising, they're just PNGs after all. Besides, this is the second to last text box, so I'm not going to exist anymore in a couple clicks. I don't mind. I wasn't real in the first place, so nothing's lost. If you're not satisfied by this ending, maybe don't try to go meta next run. Gamer ending? Question mark? What if none of you are actually conscious? Okay, look, I know how it sounds, but none of you are actually conscious entities. The jurors erupt in a large chattering at my claim. The judge quickly silences them with a stern look. It's hard to believe, I know, but for a fact, I'm the only real one here. Obviously, you all think you're alive, and you look and act like living beings, but you're just an illusion. It's just atoms flying around and forming chemicals and stuff. So there's no real soul anywhere in there. I'm the only exception. The prophet leans forward, amused. His words are dripping with sarcasm. How unconventional. Tell me this then, O sacrifice. If we're all just chemicals, what makes you so confident you have a soul? Easy. I know firsthand because I am it. If I didn't have a soul, how could I have the internal experience of existing as I do right now? There's no way I could, therefore... There's no way I could. Therefore, I exist. QED. One of the hedgehogs in the jury raises their hand. Hello? Sorry to interrupt, but I also feel like I exist, so, isn't that a flaw in your argument? I grinned smugly. I was ready for this. Nope. See, obviously you would say that because that's what the neurons firing in your brain tell you to say. But all this stuff you're saying just sounds. It doesn't mean anything. I could make a recording of what you're saying, of you saying the same thing, but that wouldn't make the recording alive, see what I mean? The hedgehog nods meekly and lowers its hand. He appears disturbed by my words. I can't believe it. I was just chemicals the whole time! But we used to play board games together. This is so sad. Am I chemicals too? I can't believe this. Are you all serious? We are each born with souls. When the body dies, the soul lives on. Thus it is written. Had none of you even read the ancient scrolls? Come on. This is like Hedgehog Ideology 101. All of you listen. I have made my decision. All of us turn to the judge, the air thick with tension. A stranger who speaks so strangely has made a compelling argument. However, I am very hungry. Murmurs of agreement from the jury. There is something our sacrifice does not know. The jury pauses for effect. Members of the jury lean in to hear the incoming revelation. I too have a soul. I gasp. Could it really be? Truly another truly conscious being? No. How is it possible? How do you know? In fact, I discovered this truth the same way as you did, looking inside myself. It is lonely, but on the whole, I am glad I exist. The jury is completely flabbergasted. The jurors are completely flabbergasted. The prophet rolls his eyes. The whole time, this whole time, our leader. No wonder, it explains everything. I'm learning so much today. Given all this, I rule. We shall go ahead with the sacrifice. This is unbelievably stupid, but as long as we get our feast, I guess I don't care. My jaw is on the ground. I'm speechless. My argument lies before me in shambles. I try to think of something, but I know in my heart it's over. I close my eyes and remember that in the end, it's not so bad. After all, I finally found another living soul. I'm not alone in the universe after all. I feel my body fall to the ground, pushed. I feel my stomach weighed down by hedgehogs. I feel the claws press against my skin. The last thing I hear is a whisper in my ear. We will see each other in the next life, brother. You died. I found another living soul, though! So there's a shimmer of hope in the darkness. Okay, so what happens if I do the insanity defense? Look, I know it sounds weird, but listen to me and you'll understand. It's not about arithmetic. It's about reticulation and cognition, and synergies. I like how even the music is slightly fucked up. If you could see things from from a quantum perspective with full liquidity, you'd see that I'm right. Jurors are thrown into a frenzy by the last comment. Reticulation? But quantum? Our sacrifice, what is it? No, it's true. Granular circumflex, it makes it clear. The judge hisses and the jury goes quiet. The prophet takes a step back. I've drawn a clear line in the sand saying that the matriculation of the whole thing is not underwater briskly. Becoming aware of flotinated torque monstrosities is only the beginning. Nothing can awaken GBW catacism irregularity. 297. Also, to go without forever percentage, withholding monochronotonus, and if any of you, I turn to the jury, raising my voice and puffing myself as much as possible. If any of you engage absolute, God, it's breaking my brain. Upsilon frequency, harakiri rock, manifesto will underrate matrix multiplication forever. Teeth anaphylaxis rising metrically disastrongingly perfidously proverbially punkertishly always furthermore perchance. This hurts me so much more with the dyslexia issue. At the conclusion of my speech, the jurors erupt into frantic conversation. The prophet paces rapidly back and forth, glancing at me. Our sacrifice has a point. Yes, I thought it was very compelling. I don't know, I'm an antilog strolling through Death City. Stop it, everyone listen to me. All of this is lies and slander. The truth is 68. Wait, hold on. These are my new numbers. 68, 65, 79, 2C, 20, 69, 66, 20, 75, 72, 20, 72, 65, 61, 64, 6E, 69. Jesus Christ. The prophet's mouth remains open, emitting an endless string of numbers. His eyes pulse from green to red to black. What's the matter? Even Furtorn, the misanthropic, not shambling the pimple? The hedgehog leader is deeply deterred by my comment. He's looking around like the fabric of reality is crunkling or something, or some such. That's not all. We're Talger Feeble-Goomp Humbleware Jigaravumb as we 12 Zedb. Oh god, the hedgehog Speeber. The hedgehog Speeber. Harlequist Boombanza. By now it's already flanking order under. There is no turning back. Oh, Jesus Christ. I can reel it coming. Faumborg, it Oberdis, Norog, Wilhelm Bremen, Bzorp. What the fuck is this ending? What happened? Everybody's brain fried. Okay, what if I search inside myself and I just want to go home? Thus it will be. Rejection is a form of acceptance. Q Sarah Sarah. The visions fade away. The space behind my eyes dark once more. Yet the world outside feels different. It's warmer, quieter. I feel safe. There's something heavy and soft wrapped around me. Was I lying down when I closed my eyes? I slowly pull my eyes open, feel odd and crusty. Try to stretch my joints as well, but my body doesn't want to move. Like it's been lying still for the past 8 hours or something. I sit up and look around. I'm back home, lying in my bed. It appears to be approximately 10:30 a.m. There's no hedgehogs in sight. No prophets, no juries, not even a dumpster. Suppose it must have been all a dream. I take my time brushing my teeth. There's no rush. I'm safe. After that, I spend a few minutes puttering around absentmindedly doing nothing in particular. Putting cups in the sink, throwing out old food, rearranging things. I take a shower, thinking about the strange dream I had. Was it a dream or a nightmare? As I go about my morning routine, the hedgehogs get smaller and smaller in my memory. An hour later, I've almost forgotten about the whole scenario. After all, it wasn't real. There's no need to dwell on it. I see a strange shadow at the corner of my eye. As I turn to look at it, something moves out of my window, a shape darting by. I walk over to investigate. I don't see anything unusual, just some view that's always been there. I blink twice. It was probably nothing. Trick of the light. Turn away from the window and return to my daily routine. Another long day stretches out in front of me. You survived. Okay, so I got a survived ending. Okay, I have one more thing before I go back to, like, the beginning. There's no I want to live, and then there's I don't understand what's going on. They really try to push the I don't know what's going on. I'm like, man, I don't even really know how I got into this situation. I just followed a magic hedgehog, and here I am. Sacrifice? Eaten? What? I asked them to please sit me down and explain all this to me clearly before I can make my decision. The chattering quiets. The hedgehogs seem to not know how to respond to this answer. So you are unknowing. You are not the right. You are not. It is not right to sacrifice one who is unaware of their actions. Brothers, please listen. The hedgehog stands at rapt attention. None of them make a sound. It is not permitted to sacrifice against the will of the victim. This is not the chosen one. Our long wait must continue. Chattering starts up, agitated. Please, we need it. I'm so hungry. God, why? Despite the proclamation of the leader, the hedgehogs start to close in on me. Suddenly a voice sharp. Oh, it's back here again. Okay. What if I nope the fuck out of here? Nope! I knew it! I knew it! Nope the fuck out of there! I turn tail and sprint the other direction as fast as I can. I run all the way home without so much as a glance behind me. I arrive, panting, out of breath. This is obviously the right call. No giant hedgehogs are getting me tonight. No, sir. 1 week later. It's 2 a.m. and I'm walking home alone again. I'll admit, this one is on me. Getting stuck in this situation once is unlucky, but twice in 1 week? It's embarrassing. It's even colder than last week, too. I'm gonna die out of here, and I'll have no one to blame but myself. At least there aren't any giant scary hedgehogs with glowing red eyes roaming around the night. Oh look, a giant raccoon with glowing red eyes staring directly at me, hungrily. Wait. What happens if I run like hell again? Before I have a chance to do anything, the raccoon grabs me roughly by the arm. Please come with me, please. The raccoon drags me into a dark alley. Its sharp claws have my arm in a painful vice grip. I've given no opportunity to protest or escape. The alley is full of shadows. The giant raccoon standing directly between me and the exit. There's no turning back now. Brothers, I found us a sacrifice. Once again, we will all be able to feast. 6 more pairs of glowing red eyes show... Yup, more raccoons! So this is how you get them to turn into raccoons. This makes more sense for sacrifice now. Surrounded by a chorus of unearthly whisperers and yet... Unbelievable! It's been so long. Finally, at a... big chunk. Must be a leader, approaches me, looks me in the eye. Yeah. Okay, this gives me a chance to test out the last ending. No, I want to live! Attempting to hide my fear, I say, no, I'm not a sacrifice, I do not want to be eaten. The chattering stops and they all go silent. I see. Very well. Brothers, please listen. Yeah, it's the same as before. Oh, and now it's a very lean raccoon. Is there anything I can actually... Wait, hold on. I don't know anything about anything. What is this? Answer does not interest me. It must be all the truth is written. Yes, of course, perfect. Resolve. Back to the jury! Okay. Suddenly, Raccoon Prophet leaps forward to attack me. Flash and the grin features. Discuss the matter. Feast. Seriously? What the fuck? After all we went through, all this trouble to set up our nice court block drama. Alright, fine, whatever, no further questions. Prophet shuffles away and leans back against the dumpster, obviously disappointed. Well, I suppose that settles that. We shall go ahead and with the sacrifice. For a moment, everything slows down. Watch raccoons leap at me in slow motion. They push against each other, disorganized mass, and right from our jugular. After that, I can't follow what happens in any detail. It's an orgy of blood, chaos, claws. Soon, the noise and the pain falls away. I get smaller and smaller. My last thought is dumpster. Damn, I wish I hadn't let myself get eaten by giant raccoons. Well, alright, I think that was all the endings for this, because I don't know any other paths that would lead to a special ending. But at least we got to see the normal death ending during raccoons. At least it was raccoons. Anyway, this has been They Crawl in the Darkness. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope to see you in the next one. Later.